Charlotte Hornets. Hey, do you like retcons? I like retcons. The Charlotte Hornets originally debuted in 1988 with some gorgeous uniforms that everyone still loves to this day. They had a beautiful late 80s and early 90s color scheme of teal and purple with a name derived from the city's nickname Hornets Nest, which came from the city resisting British occupation during the Revolutionary War and the Battle of Charlotte. But sadly, owner George Shin ruined his reputation by committing infidelity with two other women, and the locals revolted against him by not showing up to games, resulting in the franchise moving to New Orleans in 2002, on top of him demanding a new arena when the Charlotte Coliseum they were in wasn't even 20 years old. When that happened, the NBA promised a new team for Charlotte, which became the Bobcats in 2004, named because it was another cat like the Panthers, though there's also speculation they're named after their original owner, Robert L. Johnson. The Bobcats were navy blue, orange, and gray, but their uniforms were never that cool, at least to me. Meanwhile, in New Orleans, the Cajun Hornets were renamed to the Pelicans in 2013 after being sold to local buyer Tom Benson the year prior, who wanted a more local name as Hornets was still tied back to Charlotte. The Bobcats saw this and asked New Orleans, "Hey, since you dropped the Hornets name, can we have it back?" The league then worked out a deal between the two teams, which resulted in the new Charlotte Hornets starting in the 2014-2015 season, being established in 1988 and suspending operations from 2002 to 2004, while the New Orleans Pelicans became an expansion team for 2002. The Hornets got back all the team history, records, and colors from the pre-2002 relocation, while New Orleans kept all the history that occurred in their own city. And when the Bobcats were rebranded into the Hornets after pulling their own version of the Cleveland Browns, their new look was underwhelming and a needed redesign wouldn't happen until 2020. Like Orlando, Charlotte took their classic look and ran it through a 21st century filter, which of course included bringing back pinstripes. The white association and teal icon are both immaculate modernizations of their original look while staying modern. Okay, sure, they're not drastically different from what came in 2014, but adding these pinstripes actually give them some much needed character. The purple statement was tweaked in 2022 after having Charlotte's abbreviation on the front initially. At least it's not the airport code. The comb pattern on the side is okay, but I wish it got its pinstripes back. Maybe someday. Unlike last year, there's no classic edition, and I will feel like an old man if they ever do Bobcats throwbacks. Not that they actually would. The theme of their city jersey for this year is Mint City, just like in previous years, as the city of Charlotte is home to the first US Mint branch, and the theme has always been popular with fans. I do dig this year's combination of minty green, black, and gold at least, even if all they did was take the 2020-2021 city jersey and replace Buzz City with Charlotte. One detail you may have noticed is that every jersey of theirs features the Air Jordan logo, while every other team in the league reserves that logo for their statement jerseys. It all goes back to Michael Jordan owning them. Yes, he sold his majority share in the team last year and is now a minority owner, but it's probably staying for as long as his name remains attached to them, for better or for worse. Last year, the Hornets gained Mr. Beast's Feastables as their sponsor patch, but this past offseason dropped Mr. Beast. I wonder why. As a result, the Hornets don't have a sponsor patch currently, which I'm sure fans are happy seeing their favorite team not be a billboard for once. Overall, the Hornets are a good redesign, especially after their bland rebrand after gaining their original name back. Tomorrow we conclude the Southeast Division as well as the Eastern Conference as a whole with the Atlanta Hawks.